Leader LT4670, true hybrid IP and SDI sync pulse generator. How can PTP be used as a reference source? With more and more broadcasters having to synchronize their SMPTE ST2110 broadcast infrastructures to existing IT infrastructures, Meinberg's IEEE 1588 Grandmaster with PTP version 2 time server appears to be the product of choice for broadcast IT departments. To synchronize the SMPTE ST2110 broadcast infrastructure, the Leader LT4670 can act as a PTP client and provide synchronized PTP and traditional analog black and burst, tri-level sync, SD/HD, SDI black, and digital audio, AES and EBU references. The reference configuration menu is used to specify settings relating to the reference signal and the genlock operation. When the reference config menu is set to either PTP1, PTP2, or PTP1/2, the PTP mode should be set to follower. The LT4670 will lock to PTP1 reference, whilst PTP2 will be passive and ready to take over if PTP1 is lost. With more and more broadcasters now deploying IP infrastructure, there is a requirement for both the traditional black and burst and tri-level sync, as well as PTP references throughout the facility. But one of the challenges facing broadcasters when using PTP as a reference is maintaining that seamless transition on black and burst and tri-level sync switchover should the emergency changeover unit become active. I'm now going to be joined by my colleague Steve Holmes, where we're going to demonstrate the operation of the Leader LT4670 and LT4448 Emergency Changeover Unit when they have PTP as a reference instead of GPS, and you will see the seamless transition should a failure occur to your traditional black and burst or tri-level sync reference signals to your SDI broadcast infrastructure. So Steve, over to you.
Today we're going to look at our 4670 and the LT4448 changeover and how effective the changeover is. So what I have on the right hand side here is I'm looking at the sync going into my waveform monitor out of the changeover, and to prove that this is a live signal, I've got a thumbnail down here. You can see the speedboat racing by, and down at the bottom here you can tell if I'm on primary or I'm on backup. And if I switch from primary to backup, you'll see it just went to backup and you didn't even see a blink in here. Again, I'm going to switch to primary right now, and it's back on primary, and you didn't see a thing happen to the black. And also to prove this, I'm going to go to my backup 4448, and I'm going to change its output to tri-level. It's going to take a hit from changing it to tri-level for the hit. And now if I back up, you'll actually see me walk over to tri-level, walk back to black. So besides my video down here, and set my backup generator back to black, clear the air, and again back up back to primary. Also, the speed at which it switches upon a fault. So I'm going to shut the output off of the primary, and you'll see a failure come up on channel 3, and you'll see the fault indicator, and you'll see it switch. So I've shut it off. You see the primary fault, and there's nothing that happened again. And I'll clear this so we can see it one more time. Watching right when I click the output, watch the black burst. And there it is. And you might have seen just a little, and you might not, it may not come through on the recording, but it is so quick and nothing else took a hit. We can also do tri-level. So I am going to change my primary sync to tri-level. I'm going to change the backup sync to tri-level. Clear the error again, switch it back to primary. And again, running tri-level, I can switch from, you'll see it, primary to backup, back to primary. And if I take the backup generator, put it back on bi-level, there's my primary, there's my backup. So you can see I was actually switching the tri-level. Restore both sides back to black. Reset, put it back on primary. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Thank you for watching.